Yellow.
A very good evening, dear viewers. Kindly advise if you can hear audio. Guys, kindly advise if you can now hear the audio. Comment section, please advise if you can hear the Facebook and YouTube. Rather, truly, what you want? Microphone check. Microphone check. Now, in this match, dear viewers, we are seeing probably the second, if not third, last match I am streaming in this competition because, like I predicted, by the start of the morning, by midnight, we should be having the semi-finals, and by maybe some minutes past 1 a.m., it should be the final. One of these players will be a protagonist. Two friends in real life, actually, good friends. That is Moses MOFYA and Caesar Chandiga. I love how competitive they can be. I love how they can take it to each other when they get to face off in a competition like this. In a space of just 9 days, they face off in another semi-final of a 32-man competition on Ugandan soil. The one in which they faced off last week was just around by on the same road in the village called Garuga. Those of you who are accustomed to Uganda, the place that is so synonymous with motor rallying, that is where the Caesar won the last tournament. He has won up to by today, and yes, he did beat Moses MOFYA in the semi-final, which was a rest of 7, and it ended as close as 7 frames to 6. Moses MOFYA will have another chance to try and redeem himself only if he can win 5 more frames before Caesar wins 4. They are racing to 5 once again, and this match is being streamed live onto platforms that is Break and Finish Live Facebook, as well as Break and Finish Live YouTube. The Facebook stream is diagonal, the YouTube stream is horizontal, and both matches have the same exact commentary. Moses MOFYA 0, Caesar Chandiga 1, rest of 5 semi-final. Now, the intermarriage between Ugandan and Zambian pool was actually started by this guy, Caesar, when he, as a player that was starting to be established as one of Uganda's finest players during COVID, in the year that was 2020, after winning a comp here and there in Uganda, but not yet very established in the country. He did travel south to the country of Zambia after being snatched up by a team in the Zambian league that is called Sharks Pool Club, that of course became later known as Team Eagles, the team that Moses MOFYA has played with last. They did sign Caesar for his services, and he did represent with them, playing in the Zambian Pro League for 1 year and a half exactly 18 months returning to the country in 2022. Since then, he has been player with Upper Volta Pool Club. In the meantime, Moses MOFYA and Kelvin Nkandu are two Zambians that did travel to Kenya at the end of last year in China Pabanville to participate in the Grand Muchana Open Championship, the tournament that was won by Caesar. It also had the majority of Africa's very finest shooters. Moses MOFYA came fourth in that event. However, after the tournament, he himself and his international compatriot Kelvin Nkandu did cross Kenya's western border into Uganda to have a tour of Uganda, make Uganda their home, and yes, participate in tournaments like this against Uganda's better players, and also money matches against Ugandans, and also play in the Ugandan league. Since then, Kelvin has moved on, going back home. Moses MOFYA has stayed around, a signed player with the Upper Volta Pool Club, the same team for which Caesar plays, and is good friends with Caesar. One of the people that have been helping him acclimatize with Uganda has been Caesar. However, on the pool table there is nothing like that. They have to be competitors because yes, they compete for the same tournament, they want the same honors, and Moses MOFYA is looking to try and make a name for himself on Ugandan soil. He leads against Uganda's best player. It is 2-1, MOFYA up on Caesar in a race to 5 for a place in the final to take on either Ibra Sejemba or Ian Kazibe or Mark Mochivi. In that one, there is an ongoing quarter-final, the last between Mark Mochivi and Ian Kazibe, and Ian is leading by 4 frames to 1. Most likely, we shall be having a semi-final between Ian and Ibra, and thereafter, a final against whoever will be winning in this match. 2-1, MOFYA up on Caesar. I've been doing streaming and commentary non-stop for the last 4 hours, like non-stop, 4 if not 5. So after this match, I will stream the second semi-final. That will be Ibrahim Sejemba versus the winner of the match between Mark and Ian, most likely Ian. That one I'll be having a rest, not doing commentary, and then I will return with commentary for the final, which will be on both platforms, that is Facebook and YouTube, respectively. But this one has been a marathon. That is 2 matches most times at the same time, and yes, now I'm finding myself having to do the same match, but streaming is twice on both Facebook and YouTube because of the interest that comes from the match, not especially from yourself. Those who prefer Facebook will prefer to watch this match instead. Also, those who prefer YouTube will prefer to watch this match instead. And normally, the wish is my command. Look at how Caesar is wishing to command in this match. That one was something of a shot, most especially had he pulled it off. And sometimes it's not good being an opponent for Caesar when he can deliver stuff like that. It was so narrow, the space between the yellows, but he was able to successfully pass it already in between, and had he gotten it on target, then the frame will be gone. But Moses MOFYA, with his experience, he has already demonstrated in this tournament, especially in the quarterfinal against Hazard, that you can come good against him, but he can still have something left in him to take you down. And here he is trying not to let Caesar win frame number 3 of him. By the way, even last week at Garuga, where he was playing in the semi-final against Caesar, he was leading for most of the match until I think Caesar won the last 2 frames. Then that was it. Caesar won the semi-final and the tournament itself. And Moses MOFYA, after playing so well throughout the tournament and even in the semi-final itself, then surprised me a little bit in how he was taken down by Moses Omara in the 3rd place match. By the way, ever since the coming of Moses MOFYA to Uganda, the guy that has beaten him the biggest amount of times is Moses Omara. track sport at Motilangia. Yes, you are advising about the time. It's a quarter to midnight in South Africa. Yes, 1 hour ahead is Uganda vis-a-vis South African time. Wesley Raymond Jr. Yes, you're advising that one he sees is one of Uganda's best because according to the power ranking system, it is Kasozi Joseph. Yes, Wesley, I do respect rankings, but rankings are just rankings. For instance, according to the All Africa Pool Championships, the All Africa Pool Association, the best player on the continent is Amadeus from Tanzania. Yes, that the AAPA does rankings depending on the events on the AAPA alone, and they organize one championship after every 2 years. So Amadeus is Africa #1 for now, 2 years, expiring this October. The same applies to the official associations and federations in respective countries. They may organize a few comps, but the ranking is only according to those few comps. So it's in a way to ranking is in a way to promote those comps. Yeah, not exactly to show who is who. These players know who is who between each other. So if I tell you that the official ranked player, and not just in Uganda, and not just in pool, but also other sports disciplines and other countries, those teams and those players that are ranked #1 in reality may not exactly be #1. I wouldn't come here to tell you that the best player in Africa is Amadeus. I would be lying to my conscience. I think I've been gotten, and I respect Kasozi Joseph very, very much. Freddy Onyangu, you want me to kunywa soda kwa bili yako, eh? You're very welcome. Spanner Austin, it is 21:47 in Ireland. Reaching all the way from Ireland. Welcome to the stream. John Bosco is advising that Caesar fouled. These guys are on auto officiation. They do officiate themselves. The officials of video review can only come in if they disagree. But even when it seems like a foul, but then the colleague does agree, does say that does not claim the foul, then it is let pass. On Monday, it will be Joseph Kasozi versus Ibrahim Kayanja, racing to 21 for $1,000 on the same platform that you are watching this video. Both Facebook and YouTube is where you'll be watching that one as well. I'm looking forward to Ian versus Ibra, the match that will be coming next after this one. Caesar may spin the white ball backwards. Not really. He does the easy one, playing as easy and as normal as Wesley Raymond Jr. rolling black ball to the corner pocket diagonally to make it to goal. Yes, it is now race to 3-2 between MOFYA and the Scorpion. Stalin Samariwa is asking, isn't Aiden Joseph no? Say he's asking if AAPA ranks Aiden Joseph as seed #1 for Africa. No. Actually, the last AAPA, the singles, the individuals title in the men's category was won by Aiden. He beat Kelvin in the final. However, the AAPA does rankings according to both the singles and the team event, and Aiden did not participate in the South African qualifiers. So he did not qualify to be a member of the South African national team and did not play for Team South Africa in the team event. While South Africa won the team event, he was not a member of the team that won the AAPA championships team category and lost so many world B ranking points. So in terms of ranking by the AAPA, he's nowhere. And yet also, in my opinion, on the African continent last 10 years, yes, that guy has been a real difference. Kalanzi Yusuf, you want to see Kasozi in a long race to 21. He's played a race to 21, I think, once and did beat Dog City sometime towards the end of last year. And I think it ended 21-17 or something. The white ball Caesar is giving himself before the red moves naturally for the black to this corner pocket onto the right. Even when stuff are easy, fans get wowed when they see this guy play. And yes, he now leads by 3 frames to 2. And yes, guys, we are way over 700 watching this match live on Facebook and YouTube, respectively. That's where I say I cannot thank you enough, Africa, most especially considering the time. And I'm not very proud of myself streaming pool at this time. I don't enjoy it. I like it when matches end by around 9, if not 10 p.m. Yeah, but sometimes I also have to be very understanding. The places that organize these comps, some of them are bars, and the more these crowds stay awake and the more they make money, and the money they make from the sale of drinks from these guys, that money sometimes is also channeled to the organization of these tournaments. So we always have to strike a balance. I, however, would have loved it if it ended a little bit early, such that these players as well as fans can move back to their homes when it feels safe to move. Blessings Mandu, you're appreciating the entertainment. Okay. No, for Ruben, your Caesar is a marvel to watch and undoubtedly makes it easy. And you say another apple is loading. Let us see. Muiza Kombe, you are asking how come I didn't see that foul. Not that I didn't see it. What I respect the most is where these players agree to play on. So even the opponent may have seen the foul but then decides, okay, it's not worth it, let me fight on. Otherwise, most especially if you are watching on YouTube, then you can play it backwards and then you can zoom in. For Facebookers, you can only play it backwards when the live stream has ended, but even when the live stream has not ended, Caesar again entertains like he has done many times before. With one visit of the table, he got himself a little bit snookered and found a way to recover so magically. He'll be sinking the black ball to the corner pocket on the top. He aims and shoots and puts. Caesar 5 and MOFYA 2. And now it is starting to loom as if a final shall be played by Caesar against either Ian or Ibra. Abdulkarim Ibrahim, you are a staunch fan from Nigeria and you're a good player. Nigeria, I have unfinished business with you. The Nigerian pool fraternity, there is a friend of mine who normally comes to watch this game, someone from Nigeria, but working in Uganda. He tells me they are good players in Nigeria, but we don't see you guys playing in the international competition. So the reason for the internet is to unite the entire African continent as one pool fraternity. So if you are a pool player, then register for comps. Not this one. These ones are small comps that are organized locally, but those that are organized internationally and have players from respective countries also participating. For instance, I always remind you that Queen's Sports Club in Bulawayo, Zimbabwe's second biggest city, is organizing the annual Queen's Sports Club Double Life competition. It is happening from the 11th up to the 14th of next month, that is April. And yes, both of the players you are watching will be in participation. Actually, Caesar is defending champion. Yes, just register and you have the whole of 1 month to prepare for the trip. Yes, I know you are very able, Abdul Karim, to fly down to Blawayo. Yes, use the airline that flies in between Nigeria and Zimbabwe is Ethiopian, and on the same day you are good to go. You mix up with some of these players, you meet them, you interact, you make friends, but also compete with them, and then inspire another generation of Nigerian shooters also to register for the next event. And before you know it, you shall be seeing Nigeria more and more and more often. Actually, Nigeria is a powerhouse of Africa in terms of talent in sports and all other entertainment. So I really need to see Nigeria when it is something African. If Caesar can make a clearance of this red frame, then that will be it. And look at what the Scorpion is doing. What a frame is giving us, what a match he is giving us, what a performance, what a way to show us what he is capable of in just a simple race to 5. He's attempting to win a second comp out of 3 after winning the one 9 days ago, losing out in the semi-finals in the PAU Grand Open comp and qualifying for the final in the very next. Despite Moses MOFYA's very good play in this competition so far, he has been made a light work of by Caesar. In a race to final, it has ended 5-2 in Caesar's favor. See you shortly.